It's good to come your way once again as we continue this exciting journey in additional mathematics. My name is Nanaya Wedu, and you can call me Sir Nana. Remember to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you can get all videos on time. In the previous lessons, we have looked at series of lessons on functions. We've seen how important function is in our daily life, especially if we can model functions to solve real-world problems. We've considered how we can evaluate functions, specifically substituting values into functions to find the range of a function from the value which is a domain. In this lesson, we want to look at operations on functions. So we'll consider addition on functions and then how we can multiply functions. And then we'll also look at subtraction on functions. Now, let's look at what it entails when we say we are adding and multiplying functions. So basically, when we are adding and multiplying functions, to use real-world example, let's say if we have f of x as a function and is equal to 3x, right? Where this can probably mean anything like having an amount of money and multiplying it by 3, right? So probably your daily amount of money that is given to you anytime it is given to you is multiplied by 3. Or we can also have g of x which is equal to 2x, right? We can perform a simple addition by having f of x plus g of x. So we are saying that if you have f1 and f2, which are two functions basically, right, from a to b, right, then f1 of x plus f2 of x, like f of x plus g of x, can be described as f1 plus f2 of x, which is equal to f1 of x plus f2 of x. So when we are summing this, we can have 3x plus 2x, and that can give us 5x. We can as well perform subtraction of that function where we have f of x minus g of x, and that will be 3x minus 2x, right? And that will give us x. And in the same way, if we have f1 and f2 as two functions, we can perform multiplication, like having f of x multiplying g of x. So in this case, we can have 3x multiplying 2x, where we can multiply 3 times 2 to give us 6 and x times x to give us x squared, right? So in that case, f1 dot f2 can be written as or defined as f1 of multiplying f2 of x, which is equal to f1 of x multiplying f2 of x. Now let's look at an example so that it can be clearer for us. So in this example, it says that given that f of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 4x, and then we have g of x to be equal to minus 3x squared, right, plus 2, we must evaluate f plus g of 2, and then we must also evaluate f multiplying j of 5. So let's look at how we can solve this question. So basically in the question, we have been given two functions. So one of the functions is f of x, right? And we say f of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 4x, right? And then we also have a function g of x to be equal to minus 3x plus 2, right? So in the a part of the question, we have to evaluate f plus g, all this of minus 2. So what we need to do is that we must first find f plus g. So that implies that for f plus g, we will pick the function f, which is 2x cubed minus 4x, and then we bring the summation sign, which is the addition, and then pick the g, which is minus 3x plus 2. Then we sum them. So we have our f plus g, right, to now become, we have 2x cubed minus 4x. Now plus and minus gives us minus 3x. And then positive here will give us plus 2. So it means that our f plus g now becomes 2x cubed minus 4 minus 3 gives us minus 7x. Then we have plus 2. So now we are going to substitute our value, which is negative 2, into the function, because say we should find f plus g of -2. So that implies that wherever we see x, we put -2 there. So we have 2 multiplying -2 or q minus 7 multiplying -2, right, plus 2. So it implies that our f plus g of -2 will now become 2. -2 cubed gives us -8. Then minus 7 multiplying 2 gives us -14, right, plus 2. So it means that our f plus g minus 2 gives us 2 multiplying -8 gives us -16. And then negative gives us positive 14, and then plus 2. And we know that 14 plus 2 gives us 16. 16 minus 16 will give us 0. So f plus g of -2 will be equal to 0. So that is the A part of the question, where we've been able to find the f plus g of -2 by first finding f plus g and then putting in or substituting in -2 in place of s in f plus g. Now let's look at the second question where we would find a product. So in the second question, we have been given the functions as well. We have the function f of x, right? Let's write the f of x out again, which is equal to 2x cubed minus 4x. Then we have g of x to be equal to -3x plus 2. Now the question is asking us to find f multiplying g and all this multiplying the expression 5. So let's consider f multiplying g. So we must take our time and then pick the f, which is 2x cubed minus 4x, right? Put it into brackets. Then we take the g, -3x plus 2. Right, we are multiplying. So what this implies is that we can have the first term multiplying over the second term here, or the whole variables here. And then we have the second term in the first one multiplying the whole variables here. Then we expand and then we simplify it that way. So this implies that our f times g would be equal to, you have 2x cubed minus 3x plus 2. We have minus 4x. We have minus 3x plus 2. So this implies that when we expand, f times g will be equal to 2 multiplying -3 will give us -6. We have x raised to the power 4. Then we have plus 4x cubed. We have minus negative gives us plus. Okay, so 12x squared. And then negative positive gives us negative. So we have minus 8x. So now we have to do a substitution. So we want to find f multiplying g of 5. So in this case, wherever we see x in the expression, 6x raised to the power 4, 4x raised to the power 3, plus 12x squared minus 8s, we'll put the 5 there. So 6, we have minus 6, the x is 5 raised to the power 4. We have plus 4, the x is 5 raised to the power 3. And then we have plus 12, the x is 5 raised to the power 2, minus 8 multiplying 5. So this is where you really need to use your calculator to be able to get the values, because they are bigger values. So it means that when we have -6, right, multiplying the expression, you can take your calculator and go through that 5, all this raised to the power, right, the expression 4 is going to give us -3,750. Then we have plus, we have 4 multiplying the expression 5, and this is raised to the power 3, right? So this is positive, so this gives us 500. So we have 500 here. And then the next one, we have 12 multiplying 5 squared. So that will give us 12 multiplying 25. So we have 12, 5 squared is 25 times 25. So that gives us 300. And then -8 multiplying 5, 5 gives us -40. So simply you can put this into your ES calculator by having -3,750, right? Then we add plus 500. Then we add plus 300, right? Plus 300. And then we subtract 40 from it. So it means that our value for f times g of 5 should be equal to -2,990. Right, so we've gone through the process to evaluate functions where we've been given one that we added and another that we multiplied. So this is how we can evaluate functions when it's operations, that is by adding and then by multiplying. In our next lesson, we want to look at another question so that we can familiarize ourselves with how we can evaluate functions. Remember to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next lesson.